Hey YouTube, how's it going? Lawler here. As always, we've got an update for you guys about FIFAe. If you guys don't know, the FIFAe World Cup is back for 2025 with a $250,000 prize pool. It is going to be one of the two off-season LAN events. I say off-season, but technically it's in-season because RLCS starts on Friday, which is technically past when you guys are watching this video. So, a couple things in mind. They are going through Open 1 for North America. They're then taking a big break before they go to the kickoff LAN. But right in between that time is going to be the FIFAe World Cup, that 250K prize pool. It's going to go down December 15th to the 19th. This is a regional-based tournament. If you guys are unfamiliar, basically in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the same place that they do the Esports World Cup, the EWC. They also do a soccer-based one. It is soccer or football only titles. There's like 4 or 5 of them. One of them is Rocket League. These are teams competing for their country. The only one we don't know about roster-wise is Saudi, because they're the hosting country and they get an automatic bid. The assumption is the Twins plus Nubo, Naupo, NWPO, however you say his name. That is the assumption. Now that TRK is no more with the team, I assume they would bring in kind of the next man up, and he is, you know, the greatest 1v1 player in the world right now. So probably not a bad idea, but that's the assumption. Outside of that, Morocco, who was a strong competitor last year, no longer with Itachi. They're using Skyrix, who's like a top 16, top 32 player. They did go pretty convincingly. South Africa is bringing in Guns and Snowy. Why they don't have Sweaty, their best player, I don't know. Australia's wildcard. Germany is an amalgamation. We've seen this kind of iteration of people before, Toxic Catalysm and Raziers. France is majority Vitality with Zen and Exotic. But they're bringing in Vatira and Vatira's staff. Now, they do have a 4-man roster, 2 and 2. We'll see what ends up playing in particular. Oman, I don't know anybody from. Malaysia, Sphinx is kind of the big one that everybody knows that plays for, or did play for Virtus Pro. Misty is also known in their 1v1 scene. For England, cool to see Jack playing this year. He did not play last year. And then Archie and Joyo. Belgium, Atau, kind of the big focus there with Astro vs Fox. Should be fun with Eversax coaching. As for the Netherlands, we got Jorias and Oli with Mike Boy, pretty common. Panda as coach, same as last year. Italy, Arju, Devoof, and Hyder. We thought that potentially maybe Kuxer would make his debut, but that did not happen. For Norway, I know Jupe, that's about it. USA is just NRG. Brazil is just Furia. And Chile, Raisable, Davitrox, Japan, probably the best Chilean players that they got. So, what ended up going down recently is a lottery pick in a draw system. So, they had a bunch of basically slips of paper and balls in a big bowl. They mixed them up, they drew from the hat, and then whatever name you got picked as, you either went to Group A or Group B, and they alternated all the way through. The nice thing about this year, and a couple storylines to discuss for the format. First things, these are the groups. These are the teams. And a couple things of note. I think it's pretty balanced, surprisingly enough. In the past, these have been pretty stacked one-sided, and we saw a bunch of really good teams on one side, which made the final competition kind of poo-poo. This time around, it seems things are pretty straightforward. Early predictions from me for Group A is going to be Saudi, USA, Brazil, and then probably Germany. On Group B, Australia, France, England, and then I think it'll be a fight between Morocco and probably the Netherlands, if I had to guess. Belgium may play upset as well. We'll see how that one plays out. But if I had to guess, Morocco is just, they went really, really good in their qualifier, but their competition was not the greatest. But I would assume it's between Netherlands, Belgium, and Morocco for that 4th spot, especially with Australia if they can bring back the wild card in full. Belgium may play upset. I would not be surprised if they do. They've done in the past, but I don't think Compact is playing due to language reasons, people were saying, or something like that. So Belgium in particular with the Tau Astro vs Fox, having Astral instead of Compact, of course, a piece. Compact or Astral is now playing for Game Word, so maybe people are seeing something. That being said, what is the format? How are things being decided? These are going to be double elimination round robin. So every team will play every team twice in a set of 2. What does that mean, Lawler? A set of 2 means you are going to just play 2 matches, which means a lot of ties potentially. You will play 2 dedicated games, and if you go 2-0, you get 3 points. It is 1 point for a draw, so each team gets 1 point, and then 0 for a loss. Top 4 will make it through, as we just discussed, and when they make it through, that then gives us our quarterfinals. Couple things of note that I really like to see. My favorites in the tournament, if I was a betting man, are going to be Saudi, USA, and France. Pretty straightforward. I think England is also pretty good. I like the fact that probably my 2 favorites in Saudi and US are on the same group, which means they can't run into each other until the grand finals. The other side of that, USA has historically struggled against France and England, European teams, which means they have to play each other in the semifinal, and they don't get to avoid a bunch of things, just like we saw at the World Championship. I like seeing that these matches that we didn't get on Worlds are going to be realistically played here. Now, it's not full-strength rosters, and it's not RLCS, but it's still a lot of the same players. Like, England is pretty close to their full roster outside of Joyo coming in. So, that being said, I think it's pretty exciting across the board. You're going to, depending on seeding, have 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, 3 versus 2, and then 1 versus 4 on the opposite. So that's how they should do seeding. You're probably going to get like Saudi versus England or France, and then USA versus England or France in your semifinals if I'm an early betting man. Sounds pretty dope. Should be a lot of fun. Those will be all best of 7s, just straight up single elimination. Really, really easy. Again, dates to note, and you can follow along with this on the Wikipedia. Group stage is going to be the 15th and 16th. Playoffs is going to be the 17th and the 19th. Why there's a break on the 18th, I don't exactly know. I don't know why there's a little break there. Beats me. Maybe they want to break before the grand finals because they've got a bunch of other tournaments going on. I don't know. Usually there's a bunch of weird stuff going on over there. I do know that James Bot is flying out on like the 13th or the 14th, probably a couple days earlier than that. So expect a lot of travel stuff coming out that week early, and then people landing and arriving, and then media day stuff and going from there. So I know they usually fly out like 2 days in advance just because it's a long travel day. So that's kind of what we got. That's the update for everything. That should give you guys everything you need to know about World Cup. If you do have additional questions, obviously, FIFAe on Twitter is usually the easiest way to follow along. I'll try to do my best to follow along as well and keep you guys up to date on tabs and stuff, because we are going to have a pretty long pause because only NA and EU are going to... Only NA and EU are going to the kickoff land. That basically means that most of the holiday season, we have to chill until we get back at it in January. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something with KCP. Let me know. Comments down below. Any questions that you guys have. As always, like, subscribe, notifications. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.